Hi everyone and welcome back to Thrifted Living Vlogs. My name is Kieran. In today's video, I would like to share with you some of the goals that I'm setting for myself for the 2022 year. And I have sort of sat down and thought about main categories of things that I would like to work on, and I just sort of took those ideas and then broke them down into some smaller goals, if that makes sense, just to be able to have smaller things that I would like to work on to sort of achieve that whole goal. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you to hear about, please make sure that you watch this video. If you enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I am so excited because I talked with you guys last time in my last vlog about how I wanted to grow this channel, and I think that after I talked with you guys about it, the channel grew 48 subscribers. So thank you all so much. That's so amazing. I have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers on this channel, on the Thrifted Living Vlogs channel. So if you haven't already subscribed and would like to subscribe, please do. There's also a little bell notification that will tell you when I post a new video. So if you like these kind of videos and would like to see more, please subscribe to my channel. So all right, so I would like to talk with you guys today about some goals. I don't really know exactly how to describe them. They're sort of just things I am working on. Not as much like a goal per se, it is a goal, but if I don't achieve the goal, that's okay. And I think that's sort of something that I'm working on, is that you don't have to fully do everything in order for it to be success, if that makes sense. If you achieve part of that goal, it's still something great, if that makes sense. You're still working, and you have your mind focused on something, but if you don't achieve all of it, it doesn't mean that you're failing. Just as a reminder to myself, because that's definitely something I struggle with. I'm sort of an all or nothing kind of person at times, where if I don't reach the entirety of the goal, then I'm well, I failed. And that's not true. And so while I am saying this to encourage myself, I am also hoping that I give you some encouragement if you're working on some goals or just working on different things in your life that you want to focus a little more on. It's about making progress. It's not always about getting everything done, if that makes sense. So I have a few different categories of things I would like to talk about. I'm not saying any of these in a particular order, if that makes sense. It's sort of just general things that I'm working on. I've filmed videos like this on my main YouTube channel, Thrifted Living, for many years. I want to say that a couple times I filmed the video and I didn't actually share it with you guys, but I will try to link any of the goal videos that I've posted in the past on my main channel, so you guys can see some of the things I've been working on in the past. I'm excited to share this here because I think it's helpful, and I feel like I can have not that I can't speak freely on my main channel, but I just feel like this is a different connection that I make with you guys on this channel, and I really appreciate that. So, all right, so the first thing I would like to work on is really strengthening and growing relationships with my family and friends. That's just definitely something that's always been important to me, and I just really want to focus on making memories. And this year for Christmas, Sean and I gifted several different activities with people. We took some family out to dinner, a Christmas lights in the park kind of thing. We're taking some family members to some different sporting events, and we're also doing a cooking class with some people. Those things we're really excited about because we really want to have memories. We wanted to make sure that we were gifting things that we could do with people, if that makes sense. So that's something I really want to focus more on this year, is just really growing the relationships that I have with my family and friends, and even maybe setting up regularly scheduled check-in times, because I know sometimes for me with work and YouTube and everything, I just feel the days just go so quickly, and I don't make a contact as much as I would like to. And so that's something that's really important to me, and something I really want to focus on, is really growing and making really great memories with my family and friends and growing those relationships. So that's the first goal that I have. The next goal, and it's sort of big goals, but then smaller steps to reach those goals, I guess, kind of for all of these, the things I'm talking about with you guys. So The next thing that I would like to focus on is YouTube. I want to really focus on all of my channels. I actually have 3 YouTube channels. I have my main channel, which is called Thrifted Living, and then I have this channel, which is my vlog channel, and then I also have a teaching related YouTube channel called The World in Our Classroom. And I really want to focus on growing those channels and really investing a lot of my time and like my creative time into those channels. And I just feel like for it to make sense, like I have to kind of speak more honestly with you guys about sort of how I've been feeling at times and what's part of the reason why it's been difficult for me to post new videos. And I've shared in the past about how like my OCD makes it difficult for me to edit and sometimes speak and things like that. But another big part of why I've sort of stopped sharing like I used to is because I created this idea in my head that nobody really wanted to see what I had to share anymore. I'm learning that it's not true because I did not know that it was not true for a while. But I'm learning that people do want to see what I have to share, but I just sort of created this lie in my head that like my videos weren't good, that the projects that I was making weren't interesting and were like not like fun to watch and things like that. And I just sort of like I defeated myself, if that makes sense. Like I sort of just like I don't even know how to describe it. Like I was my own worst enemy in that moment where I was just like you know, like this video is boring, nobody's gonna want to watch it, you know, you shouldn't even post it, you shouldn't even share it, you shouldn't talk about it. And that sort of extended into like Instagram and Facebook. Like for my Thrifted Living channel, like I just felt like I felt like everything I was sharing was just boring and that nobody would want to see it. And so I just sort of like came up with this like lie in my head, and it just sort of grew, and it just made me not want to share anymore. And I've definitely learned through talking with people and just, you know, reaching out for support from people that you know, people do want to see what I have to share, and that I have value on YouTube, and I have, you know, and more so than that, just like I have a creative value, if that makes sense. You know, because I know sometimes the way that my OCD works and the way that my mind works, separate from the OCD, might not be always like the typical like trendy type projects that people want to see. Like one time I don't even know if the video's still on my channel, but one time I made a Christmas tree and I decorated it with vintage Happy Meal toys. And I made the Happy Meal toys into ornaments, and I decorated a Christmas tree with that for like a Christmas in July video. And I'll see if I can link that above in case you want to check it out. But like, I found so much joy in making that, and I absolutely loved that process. But, you know, not everybody wants to see vintage McDonald's Happy Meal toy Christmas trees. And so I just sort of like built this idea in my head that, you know, what I found interesting, nobody else would find interesting. And that was sort of that I just made it difficult for myself to like share things. And so I'm learning that, you know, those thought processes aren't true, and that people do care and people want to see like the Happy Meal Christmas tree, you know, videos and things like that. And even if they don't want to see that, you know, that they're interested in what I'm sharing aside from the actual content. So that's like the main thing. And so I'm trying to really work hard to get through that and to get through that thought process, to share more. And so that's like the main thing is like, I have to just always remind myself that like, I can share anything I want, that people will find it interesting. And, you know, but it's like every single time I edit a video, I'm just like, well, this is the worst video. Nobody's gonna want to watch this. But I'm really working hard to change that mindset. And so that's like the main thing that I really think I need to work past. Another thing I really want to do is just share more. I am really hesitant at times to film because of my OCD. I always just come back to this like, well, nobody's gonna wanna see this video. Nobody is going to want to see me working on these different projects. And also sometimes like because of my OCD, I struggle with cleaning, you know, because for me at times, OCD isn't about having everything clean. It's actually the opposite. And that's something I can talk about maybe in a future video. Because I know sometimes people associate OCD with like everything being perfectly clean, and that is definitely not the case for everybody. It's certainly not the case for me. But you know, sometimes filming means I have so much to clean and organize just to be able to film a video. And so that process, it just becomes so overwhelming. I recently shared a video where I cleaned out the craft room, which was actually the second time I've cleaned the craft room in like a month, I think. And now the craft room is completely disorganized again. Mainly because of cleaning for the holidays and having people visit, everything just sort of got pushed into the craft room. So that's like the main thing. But like in terms of what I want to work on for my channels, like I really want to have like a consistent posting schedule for you guys, like where you know, okay, like Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, there will be a new vlog on this channel. And then same thing for thrifted living, like Mondays you'll see a thrifting video, Wednesdays you'll see a DIY video. I really want to have a schedule like that. So that's something I'm thinking about, you know, and how I can really work on that. My friend Sam actually just gave me a new planner for Christmas, and I plan on using this for my YouTube planner. I think that's really cute. There's a month at a glance part of this calendar, like that. And then you can also see, there's also a space for the days as well, if you want to have more information. I just can't turn the pages right now. So that's what that looks like. And, you know, even posting on Instagram, learning how to post like the YouTube shorts and learning how to post the reels and things like that on Instagram. And just like being consistent. Something I'm learning right now is to be okay with sharing with you when I'm not feeling great, because it's a real part of my life. And if I hide that from you, you know, it's like sort of further making me feel just like worse about how I'm feeling. So I'm trying to be really honest and share with you guys more about how I'm feeling. Just really trying to be okay with sharing more, like in any time of my life, you know? But those are like the main things with like YouTube and Instagram and thrifted living and this channel and my teaching channel. I just sort of really want to focus on like, how can I grow these channels and, you know, different social media? Like, how can I grow my social media presence? And also really work on that, like social media balance, if that makes sense. You know, being a full-time teacher and then also trying to like share and have like a social media, sort of like how do I balance teaching and being on YouTube at the same time. That's something I really want to work on this year. And the last thing that I would like to share with you for what I want to focus on this year is my health. And that's my physical health and my mental health. Really focusing on taking care of myself. And I've really been working hard on my mental health. That's something I've been focusing on for several years now. And so I'm really now trying to also focus on my physical health. I would like to also continue focusing on my Weight Watchers journey, but also in addition focusing on like getting enough sleep, doing things that are like good for my mind, like journaling. The Spanish class that I'm taking is just amazing, and I think that's really good for my mind as well. I do virtual Weight Watchers meetings, and those are really great again for like my like social like activities and things like that. You know, physical activity, and just sort of like focusing on like whole body wellness. I really also want to focus on learning how to cook and learning how to bake and learning how to function in the kitchen with my specific struggles that I have with OCD. And that's something I think I want to take you guys with me for, like the journey of learning how to cook and learning how to clean while struggling with my specific OCD. And yeah, and it's scary because I feel like for you to understand it, you have to be able to see everything like as it is. And that's something that makes me nervous because I don't always want to share that because it is so like personal. But I think it's helps me feel better about like where I am in my journey. And it also helps for me to just like talk with you guys about how I'm feeling and not pretend that I'm not, you know, struggling at times. And so I think sharing that with you will help me, like, you know, those journeys of learning how to cook and clean will just help me feel more comfortable with who I am right now, because sometimes I think I really think a lot about like, when I do this, this will happen, if that makes sense. Like when I learn how to cook again, then I'll feel better, completely better. And you know, that's not necessarily true. You know, it's a part of the process. And so, yeah. So I think that's pretty much it, you know. There are definitely other goals and other things I would like to work on, but you know, I just wanted to share with you like the main things that I want to focus on, share a little bit of like my plan and like how I would like to share this with you guys in the process. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And if you have anything that you're working on for the new year, please leave that in the comments below. I would love to hear some of what you guys are working on. And if you have any suggestions about any of the things I am working on, you know, like how to make things a little easier, maybe with like learning to cook or clean, definitely leave those in the comments below as well. Thank you all so much for your support and encouragement. It really means the world to me, and I'm so thankful to be able to share with you here on YouTube. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!